Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 17, and welcome back to the Western Shore. It is the last day of winter, and I have been busy. Last winter, I got a tip from somebody, I got a comment, they said, hey man, there's a lot going on a farm in the winter. You don't have to speed through winter. And last winter we did do that. This winter that we're coming out of right now, because we put in so many winter crops and had less fields to prep, that was not an option. So I've just been taking care of animals, taking care of the greenhouses, selling milk, and then speeding through what's left of the day. It has been, it's taken a minute, but we're here, and I believe this is going to be our year. So let's go to the map. Let's go to the map. Every time we go to the map, we have to zoom in less and less because we're buying more and more of it. So last episode, we built our grove down in field 8-9. I'll tell you about that as we pass it. We bought field 9-0, and we put poplar in field 6-1. Off camera, I went ahead and bought field 9-1, and then I also bought fields 6-6, 6-7, and 6-9. These are grass fields, and I've got one layer of digestate on them from the BGA. It's right down the road from the BGA. And then tomorrow morning, first day of spring, when this grass begins to grow, goes from purple to gold, I'll put another layer of fert on there. That will be all that I can get on there, because I think when it goes to second harvest stage, the deep orange, these fields can no longer be fertilized, but we'll give it a try. At any rate, we've got grass fields now, aplenty, right? The whole top of the hill is grass fields, and we're going to need that for animal food. I'll get to that in a minute also. So over here now, we've got hard manure in field 6-2 and field 9-1. 9-0, sorry, 6-2 and 9-0 have hard manure. 9-1 does not. Today, our goal is to get hard manure in field 9-1, get a cultivator going in field 6-2, and get a plow going in field 9-0. I think that's right. Yep, that is our goal. And while we're here, we'll take a look at the animals. I did have them on a maintenance diet during the winter. We didn't have any animals die, and our cows have been plenty productive. So even though their their health is at 46%, they've been making plenty of milk. We're going to put them back on a full TMR diet and get wheat and grass and everything else in there today before midnight. So tomorrow morning, when they begin reproducing, I think, hopefully their health will be back up to 100%. Same on the pigs. We've got plenty of food stored away, and we're going to get that all delivered for them and get their health up as well, so we can make a lot of cows and a lot of pigs this year. And you'll also notice the hard manure, I have not been mucking out. There's a specific reason for that. We'll get to that as well. We're going to get to a lot of things later. Right. Step one, we're going to hop in our 1255, and we're going to go pick up the smaller of our two Lemkin cultivators, and we're going to take it down to field, that one. field 9-1. It's our plan. I told you the plan. We're just going to push for terminal velocity. We're going to grow this farm until we can't handle it anymore. And we're not going to grow it. I mean, we could be ridiculous. We could buy every field on the map today. We could take out a loan and buy 1,000 cows. That would be, that would be contrived. That'd be phony. We're going to grow it in logical, right, smart, realistic ways. And at some point, it'll just be more than I can handle. But until then, right, it is a riot. I'm really loving this map. I'm sad. I'm preemptively sad to think about being done with this map. And I don't think I need to be done with it. Oh dear. Hadn't counted on had not counted on that happening. Well, let's go hop in the JCB. I know the JCB can pick that thing up. I like this little 1255, but it is a small, light tractor. Ugh. Right out of the gate, we got problems. It's a Monday. It's Tuesday for you. I hope you made it through your Monday okay. Mine is having fun with me, I have to say. All right, so we'll get this backed in here. Sorry, 1255. A for effort. All right. So turn that off. We'll set the brake. We'll hop out of here. Hey, man, that's life on the farm. What can you do? I don't want to go in that way. We'll go around here so we're not jumping over our little fuel bunker. Right. Continuing on. Ain't gonna let nothing stop us. Here we go. What was I complaining about? Oh, right. Our little grove. Our little grove that we built, that cost us 200 grand. Right? And that, if you didn't do the math on that, the 200 grand that we used to build the grove is the 200 grand that we got selling the silage that we had down at the BGA, and we only had half. We had 700,000 liters of silage. It was supposed to be 1.4 million, but we missed third cut. We didn't get third cut in. So I was a bit down to spend that much, knowing that we would never make that money back from the grove. But we're actually making like 800 euro per hour, and then about 15,000 overnight. And I think that works out to about 25,000 euro a day. I don't know how that's happening, because when you look at the numbers that you get when you go to the store, right? Placeable items are in the store. When you look at the description, we certainly shouldn't be making that much money, and yet we are. So I don't know if it's a typo. I didn't edit anything. That's all plain Jane vanilla. The bee houses I swapped out for beehives, but those don't make a lot of money, at least not on paper, at least not in the store, and yet we're making really good money from that area. I guess some of that is coming from the greenhouses. Now, it is maintenance intensive, and that's what I was talking about when we started the video. The manure hoppers on the side of the greenhouses hold 3,000 liters, and the water tanks hold 2,000 liters, and both those are good for 3 days. So at 1,000 liters a day, we have 4 green. All right. Ran out of brake pressure there. So that's 4,000 liters a day, or 12,000 liters per cycle, right? Because everything works in 3-day cycles. So I've been taking down like 25,000 liters of manure at a time. Fortunately, our cows and pigs make a lot of manure, but I don't want to use so much manure for the greenhouses that we cut into our hard manure, which has double value, right? I don't want to cut into our hard manure that we use as a fertilizer. So it's been a lot of trips back and forth. Selling milk, we're up to about 2 trips a day, but 25,000 a day from the grove, from our little park that we built, plus 7 to 14,000 a day from milk sales. I really think this is going to be our year. Our loan still sits at 375. It's really not come down from just a few months into our first year. It hasn't come down in any meaningful way, but I think this could be the year. We're running out of things to buy. I say that. We're running out of things to buy, and we're making a lot of money per day from what I think of as passive income. Even though the milk needs to be delivered, I think of that as passive income. The wool needs to be delivered, but the sheep, for the most part, take care of themselves. With all the rain we've had, the water troughs are filling themselves, and once the grass starts growing, the sheep will be feeding themselves. So I think we could get up to 30 or 40,000 euro per day in passive income, not crop sales and not pig sales. And keep in mind, we put our animals on a maintenance diet over the winter, so we would not have to use a lot of our crops and food to feed them, and that worked out. So we've got plenty of food to put the animals on a more productive diet for the summer. So I think it's all coming together. Right. The original plan was to bring the 1255 down here, drop off this cultivator, swap everything over, put the 5600 on the cultivator, and the 1255 on that little Fleming flinger that I just got. But I'm wondering now. No, we'll stick with the plan. So we'll drop this, right? Get this around out of the way. Right over here. All right. We're going to flip this around. Is that right? Yep, we're going to flip this around. Leave this right here. All right. Flip this back around. And get this hooked up. Okay. So we will then take this over to field 90, field 68. I'll need to look. We're going to take this over to the cornfield that is now corn stubble in front of the pig farm and get this started on course play. Right here. It seems like we've done a lot of work to swap these vehicles over. I may have made things difficult for myself. Wouldn't be the first time. Right, back in here. I gotta back this up. This goes over here. What about here? Yep. That goes there. All right. And we can turn that off because we're going to hop in here. It's all making sense. It's all making sense. All right. Here we go. And that is field... I can't remember. But you know the one I mean. And there's another gate to get into it. All right. Clip through the hedge. There's another gate to get into it. From the opposite side, like from the bridge side, the railroad bridge. There is another way to get in there. We don't have to drive around on Bramble Lane. All right. So back around here. I also, off camera, I did come back in and go to a save game, go to a backup save game, and I rebuilt this little park. Swapped out the honey houses for those little red beehives, and I did flip the, carefully, I did flip the greenhouses around 180 degrees, so the doors are all facing in now instead of facing out toward the hedge, and moved a few trees around. So I'm happy with it. I thought it was just going to be 200 grand to make the map look nicer, but I think that will be, I mean, at 25,000 a day, the 6 days of winter, we're already 75% paid off on that investment. I like paying off investments. Right? That works. So we're going to very quickly and very carefully get this gate open, and I believe we can fit this thing through the gate. All right. Yeah, this is a 4-meter cultivator. So brakes off. We'll dip right through here. Probably. Probably. Oh. All right. Yeah, it's a Monday. It is 100% a Monday. All right. I'll get that closed. Hop in here. And we're going to set course play now. This is field 6-2. All right. So course play. We're going to do field work. I want to see this first. Yeah, we were using this for that Connor. I'm sorry, Fleming is the brand that we got. The Fleming hard manure spreader, and so we had an offset for that. Let's get that sorted out. All right, then we'll go back here. Field 6-1, I forgot already. 6-2. Field 6-2. Right. We do want, let's say 3 headlands. I don't think we have power poles here, do we? Yep, we do. Okay. And we're going to start right up at the end of the row here. So we'll take this down, get it turned around, get it started. And then we're going to run right over the hill, down Bramble Lane, grab the 1255, take it over and put it on our hard manure spreader and drive back to Bramble Lane in the JCB and get that parked up. We don't need to use... as often as possible, I want to use the smallest and least powerful equipment. I'm told that you do that in real life when you can, because smaller, less powerful equipment tends to be less costly to repair and maintain and replace. So use the smallest, most affordable tractor you can for any job that it's capable of doing. Save the big equipment for things that require big equipment. All right. And I'm not sure why we are going so slow. This thing is lifted. It might be dragging a little bit. I'm not sure, but we are really just very stately right now. All right. So we get this backed up. Get it lined up. There we go. Maybe. Yep, there we go. All right. Get rid of this. Go right here. First waypoint. Get them started. Interesting. I didn't think that thing folded. Wonder if that's why we were going so slow. I do apologize. I completely forgot that thing even folded up. So we're going to pull forward about 5 feet. And then unfold. No, it continues to drag even when it is folded. No. Interesting. This game, man. The more mods you add, the more interesting it gets. All right. And there he goes. Beautiful. How are we doing on time? 17 minutes already. Back down Bramble Lane. Where is our... Yeah, there's our exit right there. We're going to run. Back down Bramble Lane. We're going to grab the 1255, take it over to that hard manure spreader. And then, you know what? We'll skip parking up the JCB. I'll do that off camera because the other thing we need to do is hop in our T-dub, bring it back to Bramble Lane, grab our subsoiler, and take it over and get it started in field 9190, whichever one that is. So we'll just leave the JCB out there for now. I can park that up off camera. And everything will be, all the tractors that we put to work today are going to be working for probably 45 minutes to an hour. Even after I'm done recording, I'm just going to let them finish whatever it is that they're doing. And then turn the map off for a minute. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I love the sim. But it is an interesting process getting through winter. And fortunately, it's only something we need to do every 6 weeks, 7 weeks in real life. But I would love to see a mod where if you were able to get certain values into the green, like animal food, or if you had to bank fuel or straw bales or whatever the consumables were, that if you got your volume of those consumables above a certain level, got it in the green, you could tap a button and it would just skip the game ahead that many days, right? So in our case, that would be 6 days, 7 days, just take us to the first day of spring. And I think the only drawback to that would be there are things that we've done this spring, like buying those fields, those grass fields, and getting them fertilized. Things that we would not be able to do if we skipped all of spring, right? We would then come out in spring, and the grass in those fields would already be growing, so we would lose the opportunity to get that first layer of fertilizer on them. So certainly it would be optional. You wouldn't have to skip ahead unless you wanted to, but there are definitely times when I want to. Now, I am running Creator Tools, and Creator Tools does have you can really speed time up. I never go above about 240, but once you get everything done, you can zip through the rest of the day and get to skip night in just a few minutes. It's not so much the skipping through time when you're not doing anything, it's the redundant or repetitive tasks, things like feeding animals. And when they're mixed in with other activities on the farm, you know this, you play the sim. When they're mixed in with other activities on the farm, they're not quite as boring, they're not quite as tedious. But when you feed the animals, and it takes an hour, and then you skip through the day, and the next thing you do is feed the animals for an hour, or delivering milk. It takes, I don't know, probably 5 minutes to deliver milk. Deliver it twice a day. 6 days, right? 10 minutes per day, 6 days of winter. That's an hour just driving back and forth to deliver milk. And you don't do it all at the same time, but to think that you spent an hour driving back and forth to deliver milk. It's something, if I could create a mod that would allow you to skip, if you wanted to, I would do that. And I think the only downside to that is when you have the out, you'll take the out. So I know the Realismus modding crew, some of the discussions that I saw on there, some of the discussions that I saw on their forums about, why can't you skip winter? And their explanation or rationale for that was, a farm can be kind of boring sometimes. You just need to get things done. And it's meant to be a realism mod. So our realism mod requires you to do things. And I guess that's, fair enough. That's very valid. So it goes. Fortunately, it's done for at least the next couple months. And if we blow up this map this year, this summer, in-game, we might not have a next winter. So enjoy it while it lasts. Right. This is field 9-1. So we're going to go to here. We're going to go to... now this I was a little perplexed by. Because our tool is, when we go here, our tool is 4 meters. And when we go to the store, it says 4 meters. However, when we go to our offset, if I go to 2 meters, right there, if I go 2 meters, that is, it looks like the throw is exactly offset. But when we create our path, that does not carry over. So we want field 9-1. I'll show you in a second. Field 9-1, right there. Start here. And we'll do, let's go 3. Like that, no islands. Generate a course. So when we look at this, it's exactly even. There is a tool to bring that back, get rid of this. There is a tool to offset the lane itself, but I don't know if I have it set up properly, and I'll get started here and then I'll show you. I feel like we're only getting offset in half a direction. All right, so we want, we can get rid of this. We want first waypoint. And if we go back here, we can also lane offset. So the tool is offset to the left. Is that correct? 2 meters to the left. If we offset the lane 2 meters to the left, I think this works, but I'm not 100% sure. We had this set up earlier with the 5600. Let me zoom out a little bit. So that's spreading exactly on the length. Is that correct? But then the next one seems to go the opposite way. We'll give this a second and see if it's sorted out any better. It did cover everything, but I feel like we covered some areas twice when we were working with the 5600, and therefore used twice as much hard manure as we needed to. We have, well, I don't want to get too frisky about it and say, well, we have plenty, we can do whatever we want. I hate to waste anything. I think we'll be okay with it. Yeah, like, see this? The lane that we're under is not the lane that we're under. It's the one to the immediate left. But I don't know if our throw is going to be centered on that. Yeah, it seems to be, I don't know, man. Something's a little wrong. Something's a little screwy. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll get that put away. Right there. Let them work. 25 minutes. All right, we got to be quick. We're going to go hop in our T-dub. And you saw there is a Marshall hard manure. Really? All right. Oh, it's a Monday, all right. It is most definitely a Monday. So we stop that. We go here. We go here. And save game. We want to go there. Yeah, it's just felt like the game has been fighting me all morning. I don't know if you've ever had that experience. Is it this one we want? It is. So now it's going to jump to the left when we start this. We want to say nearest waypoint. All right. So it does straighten out, but it's going to jump over and take care of that one. Stop that again. All right, see what I mean? It just seems to be, there just seems to be a tremendous amount of overlap. So I assume I have some setting incorrect, but I have no idea which one it is. Right, you saw in the T-Dub we got a Marshall spreader as well. Those are both by Bullet Bill, the Fleming and the Marshall. The reason I did that is we've got so many fields now that there are times when we'll need to have not only two spreaders going at the same time, but other times where we'll have a tractor tied up and we'll need a lower horsepower requirement spreader so we can continue working. So one of these I want to say is 150 and the other one is like 65. So we've got a spread of tools. Right. Through there. We may run out of time here. We'll go till we get the T-Dub started. Yeah, it might be a few minutes over half an hour, but we'll make sure everybody's working according to plan. And this thing, where do we want to park this? I think we can just, let's just throw it down at Bramble Lane for now. Let's just throw it in the yard there, and I'll get it parked up later. So, yep, it's getting a little hectic, I have to say. And I'm curious how far we can take it. You know, we've sold some grass fields. Oh, God. And the 1255 is stuck again. Yeah, I don't know, man. I tell Courseplay, make turns on fields. It drives through hedges into adjoining fields. It drives into fences. It drives into trees. I don't know. You just gotta laugh about it because Courseplay is easily the most frustrating mod that I think I've ever used. It's certainly got a mind of its own. Is this traffic coming down here? Of course. See if we can pull over far enough for them to get by. Certainly can. So yeah, I'll finish this up off camera, but I think this is going to get not just the complexity of trying to keep everything running and happening in a timely manner between episodes, but also my level of salt. You know what I mean? It's because we're looking to take the farm to the point where it can no longer be functioning between episodes. I think my frustration level is going to grow as we get closer and closer to that point, and so we may not make it all the way to that point, I guess is what I'm saying, because as it gets more and more difficult, I'm going to get saltier and saltier, and that's no fun for you to participate with. You know, you deserve better than that. So I think we may draw a line before the actual wheels come off, if that makes sense. So we'll get the T-Dub going, and then that puts us down right next to where the 1255 is. So I'll go over and get that sorted out, whatever it's caught in, tree, hedge, whatever. I'll get that sorted out off camera, and continue getting these fields ready. And then now we don't have to put corn in. We can't put corn in until I want to say like the 5th or 6th day of spring, but we can put soybeans in like on day 3. So we're going to plant soybeans in one of those fields and save the other 2 for corn, and that will make us more money. We can use it as pig food if we have to. I think we'll have enough canola with 5 fields I think we'll have enough canola, plus what we have banked already. So I think just one money crop could be a possibility as well. So we'll have to see how that works out. We're definitely planting soybeans. It's just a question of whether we sell them or use them for the animals. I don't think we'll have to, so let's try to sell those and see how much money we make. So, yeah, whew. The fun never stops. And I'm not, where are we at? Oh, we're at 30 minutes. I'm just going to pull this into the gate here, and I'll get it started on course play off camera, because we just went through that with the 1255. You saw that cycle. Well, the 5600 and the 1255. So you don't need to see me set up course play a third time in one episode. And we're already at 30 minutes. So yeah, we'll call it right there. So yep, that's what's going on. That's what's happening here at the Western Shore, here at the big Bramble Lane farm. It is growing into an empire, man. And with us having a jump on pigs this year, because last year I don't want to say I didn't know what I was doing with pigs, but we had kind of a soft opening for the pig farm. And I feel like this year it's going to be much more aggressive. So we might be making that 100,000 a day from mid-spring rather than mid-summer. But either way, there you have it. Let me hop out here. Let me turn this off. Oh, man. I love this game. I do. Even when I hate it, I love it. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 17. This is the Western Shore. See you next time. Take care now.